Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. Lately I've been focusing a lot of my energy into the Nordegg habituation site. Like I said before, I had reserves about continuing my research there, but I think for the rest of this summer, I'm going to keep pushing in that area. It's just got a really weird and unique vibe about it. Like, the whole place is just very odd compared to other places, other more popular places in the Canadian Rockies, like when you get out to the Jasper area and the Banff area. The Nordegg area and the area north of Nordegg is just, it's a lot more pristine, it's untouched, and there's certain spots that just have a really weird vibe. It's almost like a magical place, and it seems like the perfect place for Sasquatch to exist. And I know if I was a Sasquatch, that's where I'd be hiding out. I mean, it's a beautiful area. This video kind of showcases my last trip out there, so hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, I'm out here again on my way to the Alberta habituation site camp area. Not alone this time. I have Keenan from the Alberta Sasquatch Organization, and I have Julian, and he is a Sasquatch enthusiast from southern Alberta. Miserable weather out right now. Just trying to navigate this last bit of the road. We're almost there. We're all driving our own vehicles, which is good, in case anything happens to one of them. Nobody's going to be stranded. I just wish the weather was a bit nicer. It's been pouring rain ever since we left Nordegg. I think these guys are kind of shocked at how remote this location is and how long of a drive it is on these shitty roads. But it'll be a good experience for them. Keenan hasn't even been here, actually. You know, he's a member of the organization, and you know, he's never been out here, and it's good that he can finally see this. So we're here at the structure that fell over right now. I'm stopping here. This is where that tree structure was. So let's see. So this trip was basically just an overnighter. Our plan was to hike up on the ridges. As we know, it is said that Sasquatch like to have the high ground, and they act as sentinels, so you know, they'll have scouts at the high points and they'll be observing, and they'll be able to see and hear anything approaching. You know, obviously if there was creatures in the area, they would know we were there. I don't even really, you know, worry about concealing myself anymore or being quiet, because if they are there, if they are real, they're gonna know you're there regardless. They're gonna hear your vehicles coming from a mile away. There's no real point trying to be sneaky. I always find that it's best just to act like a normal human being, you know, just out recreating in the wilderness, and if they want to show themselves, they'll show themselves. So, you know, that's basically what we were doing. I want to find a good spot like this to set up the trail camera, like on top of the hill.
I agree. I don't think when we were looking around, this looked like the pinnacle of the elevation to this hill.
Once we reached the highest point, I set up my trail camera. Still haven't picked up a second trail camera, but I plan on doing that soon and running it out there. When I go out next time, I'll switch the memory cards out from this first one, and we'll see what's on there. But I would like to have the two trail cameras facing each other, or having one, you know, kind of behind the other one. You know, the last time I had the camera out there, I picked something strange on the camera, which most people are saying it's probably a squirrel or a raccoon or something of that nature, which is totally possible. And more than likely that's what it is. It's just hard to tell because we don't see very much of the animal or the creature. I'm open to anything, really, any theories. The odds are that it's just your average critter. I thought it was just kind of suspicious that whatever it was would always approach from behind, but animals are smart too, so.
Just be 6 hours of video.
Hiking through this area, we did see a lot of, random structures that were kind of suspicious looking, but were more than likely just, regular deadfall. As you can see, this one in this shot here does have kind of like a rectangular shape.
This is the right idea. You guys should do more of this, just like up around the mountain, close to where there's been activity, and find a new tree structure that hasn't been messed around with.
That would be nice to come across something a little more untouched.
Something new.
Something where you couldn't convince me, like, would Todd Standing go out of his way to come up this hill to create a tree structure on the off chance that someone like me comes to find something?
You think you'd have to have help, eh?
Oh, of course.
And one of his buddies would try and extort him and say, hey, I want some more of that money. Otherwise, I'm going to expose you as a fraud.
No. He does non-disclosure agreements with everyone that goes on camera with him, right?
Oh, I've tried to pry information out of so many people.
Yeah. Wow.
And they stick to it, because he is the kind of guy who'll sue you.
Yeah.
For me, one of the selling points is when the thick end is at the top.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
This area here that I was walking through kind of put me on edge. It's just exactly where I'd imagine, a grizzly bear would be lurking around. So it's kind of uneasy. I don't really enjoy walking through this tall brush because it's kind of hard to see what's ahead, but, it kind of reminded us of that scene in The Lost World where they're walking through the tall grass and the raptors are stalking them. So I made sure I put one in the chamber there just in case anything charged out of the bushes. But recently there's been a lot of bear encounters here in Alberta and British Columbia, so we were making sure we were safe, and me and Julian were carrying firearms. So we don't ever intend to harm Bigfoot, but we like to be protected from predator attacks. So. After our hike, we went back to the main tree structure site and we left some gifts, some apples, bananas, and grapes, just to let the creatures know, if they are there, that we're friendly and we don't really mean any harm. Then we went back to camp and settled in for the evening.
I have this same thing all day today. Have that expectation of no, I think we can do have full freedom of movement within this area with impunity, but if you do something be viewed as disrespectful, or if we cross some sort of invisible boundary that's impossible to know about and face the full reprisal tonight.
It's a scary thing. You would never know what that would be.
Yeah, there could have been a rock cairn that you walked past just as easily as we walked past that one game trail, and that was a boundary marker. now they're just waiting till dark so they can put a log through my windshield. I think there's another thing we could do to feel safer too. And the other thing is like staying up a little bit later, because when you get these Sasquatch reports rolling in, you start to see that there's like witching hours. There's like periods of high activity, like at last light, just after last light, and then just before dawn and right at dawn. But then also you hear like these like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock stories, closer to 3 o'clock, sometimes 4. But I mean, it's still only July, so I would expect that like, I don't know, by quarter after 5 or 5:30, you're gonna start to see the sun again.
So that was basically the trip. Nothing too exciting happened. We didn't hear any noises, any strange noises. We didn't see anything. We didn't even see any wild horses, which was surprising. It was a very quiet night. We all slept in our vehicles. The ground was really muddy and really soft, so we didn't want to set up our tents. The next morning, it was kind of surprising because all the apples and stuff that we left out were still there, so there wasn't even any wildlife that came in to take those food items. Hopefully we can get something really good on camera, something that we can actually see. Even if it's an animal, I want to see it. I don't want to be wondering what it is or making up my own conclusions. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching this episode of Mountain Beast Mysteries. We'll see you next time.